So let's talk about insight, or more importantly, insight and how it's presented to us in the game series or game known as Bloodborne. Of course, coming from the quote unquote Dark Souls universe, these games give a lot of esoteric, hidden knowledge within their actual gameplay systems themselves, and most people might not be privy to how obvious these types of things are presented in these games themselves. Pushing it off is just being used for entertainment value. But let's get into it in this video and set of slides. So of course, like I was kind of saying before, the game itself is built around the storyline. I absolutely love games like that because it really kind of forces the player to collect items and read things within the items to understand a more in-depth lore. So let's get into what the insight is in the game if nobody's even familiar with this game or never even played it before. So insight is a stat in Bloodborne, and it governs the amount of inhuman knowledge you have acquired by exploring the game and defeating enemies. It is required to use the beckoning bell to summon other players into your game world. And of course, I've already done a video on bells before, but I digress. Please see moon phases to understand the time zone cycles. They are not related to insight in the game. And then it says the insight stat, of course, represents the depth of inhuman knowledge, so occult knowledge or other plane or dimensional knowledge, and needed to ring the special bell but induces frenzy. So of course, if you have played Bloodborne, then you would know that raising one's insight, which of course is represented by an eye, so it's quite literally your third eye, if you will, you not only increase the game's difficulty by doing so, but also you start to see other creatures, of course, which are going with the entire H.P. Lovecraftian look themselves, and they're absolutely terrifying and almost so ridiculous to the point where one almost starts to lose one's sanity when looking at certain ones, such as the one to the right. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It's been years since I've played the game, but as you look at the one to the right, gaze upon it with all the eyes, you start to lose your mind, if you will. And the player starts to die. And creatures such as this would start to appear on the buildings around you, which are there the whole time, but if you don't have the correct insight, then you won't see them at all. So this plays into how we learn more things in the real world and maybe even start to slowly lose our own minds. But comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Thank you.